Since this is my personal journal, I'm gonna have no regard for what if someone sees this or not. I feel like that's better that way because this is just really something I wanna upload and just look back in time and just be like, oh wow, look at that. So I really want to map out my mind because it's weird. I came to the realization yesterday that even if like won $1 million, I really wouldn't really do anything with it. If I won, like, if I got infinite money or anything, the most I'd really do with it is really order DoorDash or something. This is what I do. If I won the lottery, my reaction would probably be pretty minimal to what most people's reaction would be. This is a hard contrast from my last video because it's you would be under the impression that I'm suffering. I'm really not. It's just concerning. Holy shit, there's a bug on my ceiling. That shit drops down. I'm going to scream. But it's not bothering anyone. Oop, it just flinched. But I really came to the realization that my mind is really laid out differently from most people. I feel like if I won the lottery, I wouldn't really jump up and down and scream. The most I'd really do is just I'd get my money. I'd order DoorDash. I might buy some weed. I'd buy a lot of weed actually. And I'd take a nap. Dead ass. I wouldn't really do much with it. I might go to the mall one time. I might buy some clothes. Might buy some new comfy clothes, or might buy another plushie for my for my bed and shit. Might buy a new comforter. Or I've been wanting a heated blanket for a while. I wanted to try that out, but a lot of the stuff I do would probably be under like $100. I don't want much in life. Now, the reason why I'm so concerned about how I'm not really fitting in with the society in my mind is just I don't want a lot of things. I don't really suffer for the most part. You could define it as emptiness. I guess you could. I'm not really happy or really sad or anything. For the most part, I'm just looking. I'm just aware of my surroundings. That's basically it. I'm not really thinking about who I am, what things mean about my past or anything. I'm not really thinking about the future either. And that's a contrast. Like, what the fuck? What was the last video? What was that last video then? But yeah, you have to think about it. You have to think about how you fit in society eventually. But that's really a minimal time of when I'm actually thinking. For the most part, I'm just looking. I'm just aware of my surroundings, and I'm aware of my body. That's it. If nothing's going on, I'm just silent. It's silence. Now, when things comes around me, I don't really think to interpret it to really suffer about it. I don't really think I have that time or day. My mind is just so exhausted, not from really doing anything. Holy shit, there's so many bugs. I just noticed another one. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. But I'm just aware of my surroundings. That's it. You can call it peaceful, but one thing with peace is that, yeah, nothing really makes you happy. Nothing really makes you sad either. So you're not happy, you're not sad. You just is, I guess people would want that. That's yeah. I guess that would be fine for a lot of people. But it's really just empty. The only thing that really could bring me some sort of stimulation is just looking at something pretty, like going outside or something. That's it. It's not really anything else other than that. Now, it's it's a blessing and a curse. You know, it's there's nothing to really go to. There's nothing to really want. There's nothing to really do actually. You know, even if I was God and I could make all these things, nothing would really bring me happiness or anything. If I were to change something about my reality, I'd give myself infinite money so I wouldn't really have to worry about the future. But that's it. I really wouldn't be jumping up and down or like even now I don't really worry about the future that much. Because what could happen? I am homeless and I die. Well, great. I don't know. I don't really care if I really die or not. You know. But it's just nice to map out my mind for my journal and shit. You know. The only time I really suffer is really when I'm conversating with someone and I think about the conversation after in the aftermath. One time I was in the forest one time, and some dude came up to me. I was playing my flute, and I was like, "Hi, how are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, you practicing your flute?" I said, "Yep." And he said, "Oh, I'm just looking for the path. Where the path at?" And I pointed him towards the path, and he went to the path. And like, I don't know why, but after the fact, I was like, "Fuck, fuck, 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 what, why?" I don't know why. There isn't really anything bad about that conversation or really bad about it. It's just like I'm just thinking about it in the afterthought. I'm really thinking about after the aftermath of it. I'm trying to get over that thing because every time I interact with someone, it could be someone like a family member or something. I think about it and I'd be like, fuck, fuck, fuck. If I can feel it, it's like physical discomfort, you know. But I just realized, okay, I'm just not gonna have to think about it because really, the moment after the conversation is finished, you can't really think. You can't really have the true essence of that conversation aftermath. During the conversation, I'm not suffering, but after, and I think about it, the conversation could not be anything like bad or anything, but it's just like the fact that I'm thinking about it and it's like in my mind realm. And that's when I start to suffer. Uh, if someone is watching this, then I want you to know: do you think that's a fulfilling like life or anything? Nothing makes you sad, but nothing makes you happy either. Nothing is gonna excite you as like much as like knowing what good or bad is. You know. Let me know if that's your like ideal life. Just to be completely silent in your mind and shit. Now, I do hear that life is suffering, and from the perspective of where I am right now, I wouldn't mind suffering, you know, because at least it's something. I don't really feel anything inside, or anything like, or anything that's going to make my mind just jump around or something. make my mind do an activity or something. I have nothing to interpret. I have nothing to I have nothing to think about. I'm not really bored because boredom is a thing of it's a thing that makes that's discontent. Boredom is just discontent, like slow discontent. Now, if you're not bored with like what you're doing, I'm just looking. I'm just staring at a wall. There's nothing really to be bored about that, huh? You're just like most of my time I'm just like either looking up at my ceiling or just like breathing. There's nothing really to suffer about that from. And I don't really know what to think about this. It's it's kind of it's kind of iffy. I really don't know what to think about it. I don't know if I like it or not. Yeah, I guess it could be worse and I could suffer, but I can't be joyous either. There's something to be joyous about. There's nothing to be really happy about either. You're just staring there. Now, that's that's I mean, I may be like a little fucking a little a tad bit like not grateful enough because I know people that are suffering like hella hard and all they want to is die and shit. All they want to is just to die. And I don't really want that. You know, in my last video I really said, "Oh, I understand why people off themselves, but like the reason I would want to off myself is completely different from what most people want to off themselves for. Like for I'd off myself because I just don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like dealing with maintaining my body. I just don't like maintaining this flesh shoot or like filling out documents or something. I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that? That's boring as fuck, you know? Well, it's just tedious. It's tedious as fuck, you know? I'd rather just croak or something. I'm basically dead, you know? I'm basically dead, like in a void, in a realm. But I'm still seeing things, you know? I don't know how my mind got this way, but just over time, I just started thinking less and less and less and less, and eventually until I got to this point where I'm not really thinking about anything. I can't think about anything, you know? Someone could come up to me and say my dad's dead, and I'd be like, huh? You know? I'm not gonna think about it too hard. You know, if you don't think about something too hard, you're not gonna suffer from it, huh? You know, that could be a blessing, that could be a curse. I could be like like a fucking uh a fucking a best score cartel video, like on the waiting line to get my head decapitated, and I could be completely fine. I could be completely fine, like in the worst situations. But then again, I could get like $1,000, not $1,000. I could get $1 billion, and I'd also be completely fine. I wouldn't be really happy about it. I wouldn't be excited. I wouldn't be like joyous or anything. I wouldn't jump up and down in excitement or like happiness or anything. It's peaceful, but considering, is peace that really good? Is peace good? I don't know. I don't know how to think about that. I don't know if you would call that good, you know. to not really interpret anything. And, you know, there's a lot of good things about interpreting. There's a lot of bad things about interpreting. You know, a lot of bad things can happen. A lot of good things can happen. You know, but where are you to really to think about those things? You know, it's boring. It's not boring. It's just absurdly unstimulating. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to go to. You know, I might find something to do. I have hobbies, yeah, but they can't make me happy. They can't really bring me happiness. Now, it's just a good thing. I don't know if it's a good thing. It's I hear that a lot of things of what people do is just to bring them peace, but a lot of it is just to bring them happiness. You know, I feel like a lot of people don't really want peace. They don't want to be just fine. You know, a lot of them do just want to just be just fine, but a lot of them don't. They want to find something more than fineness. You know, no, I don't really know what to think about this. I want to hear someone else's thoughts about it. Just another journal entry. I still haven't uploaded my last video because I still want to find like a. I want to find a thumbnail that's not just another JPEG or something. But yeah.